Hello, welcome to all in this online lecture. Today we will discuss unit 1, and that is electrochemistry 1. In this electrochemistry 1 topic, today's lecture we will discuss the electrical transports, and these electrical transports are two types, that is conductance in metals. Simply it is considered as electronic conductance, and conductance in electrolytic solution, and it is simply called as the ionic conductance. Then we'll discuss conductivity of electrodes, that is how the electrodes will help to conduct the electric current. After that, some definitions we will discuss, and these definitions are specific conductance, equivalent conductance, and molar conductance. So this is the view of today's lecture we will discussing. So let's start. So before start the lecture, we know what is the electrochemistry. We must know the definition of electrochemistry. So the definition of electrochemistry is the study of production of electricity from energy released during spontaneous chemical reaction and the use of electrical energy to bring about non-spontaneous chemical reaction, and that is simply we call it as the electrochemistry. In simple language, electrochemistry is nothing but the production of electric current or production of electricity, and that electricity is produced when there are some spontaneous chemical reactions take place. If I say that A plus B, this is the chemical reaction, spontaneous chemical reactions take place. There is the formation of C, and during this chemical reaction there is some energy is released. Okay, I consider this is the energy is released during this spontaneous chemical reaction, and this whatever this energy is released, that energy is used. That energy is used what? That energy is used to bring about the non-spontaneous chemical transformation. Means this energy is used to bring about the another non-spontaneous chemical transformation, that is considered as the C plus D. C plus D will get, that is the, I consider it is the G. So that is considered as the electrochemistry. Means electric energy produced from the spontaneous chemical reactions, and whatever the electric energy is produced from the spontaneous chemical reaction, that electrical energy is used to bring about the non-spontaneous chemical transformation, and that type of chemistry is called as the electrochemistry, right? So this is the important for both theoretical and practical consideration. Why? Because a large number of metals, sodium hydroxide, chlorine, fluorine, and many other chemicals are produced by the electrochemical method. Also, the application of this electrochemistry is batteries, fuel cells, which are converted chemical energy into the electrical energy and are used on a large scale in a various instruments and devices. So this electrochemistry, whatever the chemical reactions carried out, these are the energy efficient and less polluting. Energy efficient means they will take the less energy to do the maximum work, and less polluting means there is no any harmless substances formed. That's why the importance of this electrochemistry is creating the new technologies, and it is eco-friendly. So that's why this electrochemistry is a vast subject, that is the interdisciplinary subject. So this is the importance of this electrochemistry in general. Let's move towards the electrical transport. So when we are considering the electrochemistry, there is the formation of the energy. Which energy? That is electrical energy is formed. For that electrical energy, there should be the transport of that electrical energy. must be considered. So this transport, in another language I will say that transport I will consider as the conductor. So this transport takes place via two ways, that is the conductance via in metals and conductance in electrolyte solution. Here we will just describe the conductance in metals. When what happens when there is a flow of electricity takes place without the decomposition of substance, and that is takes place in where, in an electrolytic conductance, or when electricity is passed through the metals. But when electricity is passed through the electrolytic solution, it is called as the ionic conductance. The flow of electricity takes place by the decomposition of the substance. Means there is a decomposition of substance takes place. We know that when there is a flow of electricity, is there any change in the metal? No, there is no change in the metal. That is, without decomposition of the metals, the electricity is flow. That is considering in conductance in metals. But when we are considering in the ionic conductance, there is a decomposition of the substances. Conductance in metals is due to the flow of electrons, while conductance in electrolyte or flow of electricity is due to the what? Movement of ions. Right? So this is when metals, they conduct the electricity due to the what? Due to the flow of electrons, and in ionic conductance, the conductance is due to the movement of ions. In metals, the conduction decreases with increasing temperature. As there is an increase in temperature, the conductance decreases, and when we are considering the ionic conductance, as there is an increase in temperature, there is a conduction also increases. So this is a simply differentiation between the conductance in metals and conductance in electrolytic solutions, or difference between the electronic conductance and ionic conductance. In electronic conductance, without the decomposition of substance, electricity takes place, and in ionic conductance, there is a decomposition of substances takes place. Electronic conductance due to what? Flow of electrons, and here this is due to the movement of ions. Electronic conductance decreases with increasing temperature, and ionic conductance increases with increasing temperature. So in this electrochemistry one, we will considering the which conductance, that is the electrolytic solution, conductance in electrolytic solutions, or we are considering the ionic conductance in our electrochemistry first topic. Then next, then when there is a conductance, there should be a transport, and when we are considering the conductance in the electrolytic solutions or ionic conductance, we will need a medium to transport that current through that medium, and for that there is the substance that is considered as the electrode. So the electrode is any substance that is a good conductor of electricity, and this substance usually connect what? Non-metallic parts of the circuit. That is, when two ionic solutions are there, these two ionic solutions, they cannot easily conduct the electric current, although we are not putting the electrode in that ionic solution. So this is the substance who have the ability to conduct the electricity, that is called as the electrode. When the electrodes are placed in electrolytic solution, that is placed in electrolytic solution, and voltage is applied, the electrolyte will conduct the electricity. Lone electrons cannot usually pass through the electrolyte. Okay, if I have put the electrodes into the electrolytic solution, and if there is a voltage applied, only the electrons, they are not able to transport. Lone electrons not able to transport the electricity. There are some chemical reactions takes place, that is consumption of electrons from the anode and loss of electrons from the cathode. That reactions we are considered as oxidation and reduction. We will see later on, and that will, when these reactions happen at the electrodes, then and then only there is a conduction of electricity through that electrolytic solution. And these electrodes, when used in electrochemical cells, they can transport the produced electrons from one half cell to the another half cell, result in the production of the electrical charge. So in simply way, the electrodes, they simply conduct the electricity through the electrolytic solutions via the conduction of the conduction of the electrical charge, and that charge when it is formed due to the processes takes place at the electrode. That processes are nothing but oxidation or reduction processes, and that will help to conduct the electricity through that electrolytic solution by use of that electrode. Okay, so this is the conductivity of electrodes. Then before moving towards the definitions, that is the specific, equivalent and molar conductance, we must know what is the resistance. So resistance is nothing but what? It is refers to the opposition of the flow of current, right? Whatever the opposition to the flow of current, that is considered as a resistance. And this resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the area of its cross section A. So I simply write what? R is directly proportional to, this is length L and area of its cross section A. Then R is equal to, I put a constant rho into L by A, and that rho I can write here, rearrange this equation. Rho is equal to R into A by L. So rho is called as what? Rho is called as, it is called as the resistivity, or it is called as the specific resistance. And the value of this rho depends upon the material of the conductor. If length is considered as 1 centimeter and area of cross section is considered as the 1 square centimeter, then rho is equal to R. Then the specific resistance is what? Its specific resistance of a conductor is the resistance in ohm. What? The resistance in ohm, when which 1 centimeter cube of it offers the passage of electricity. So that is simply called as the specific resistance, right? So this is known. Resistance is what? It is nothing but flow of opposition to the flow of current. Then R, this resistance is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross section area of what? Of conductor. So I can write R is directly proportional to L, inversely proportional to cross section area. Then R is equal to rho into L by A, where rho is proportionality constant and it is called as the resistivity or specific resistance. Rearranging this equation, rho is equal to R into A by L. The value of this rho depends upon what? It depends upon the material of the conductor. If L is equal to 1 centimeter and A is equal to 1 square centimeter, then rho is equal to R. From this, we can say that the specific resistance of a conductor is the resistance in ohm which 1 centimeter cube of it offers the passage of electricity. So that is called as the specific resistance. Then we will move towards the specific conductance. This specific conductance is denoted by the sign K, or this is called as the symbol K. This is called as the kappa. This is called as kappa. So what is specific conductance? So specific conductance is simply the reciprocal of specific resistance, and this is called as the specific conductance or specific conductivity. In another way, it is defined as the conductance of 1 centimeter cube of a solution of an electrolyte. That is called as the specific conductance. You can write here the specific conductance is a reciprocal of specific conductance, specific resistance, reciprocal of specific resistance, or you can simply say that the conductance of 1 centimeter cube of a solution of an electrolyte. Means if I have taken an electrolyte in a 1 centimeter cube volume, and if that electrolyte, whatever the electricity is passes, and that is considered as its specific conductance, or in another language, it is a reciprocal of specific resistance. The specific conductance is denoted by symbol K. It is called as the kappa. This K is nothing but it is reciprocal of what? It is a reciprocal of specific resistance. We know the specific resistance. I put the value of the specific resistance That is, this is the specific resistance. Rho is equal to R into A by L. So I putting the value of this rho, the equation becomes 1 by R into L by A. The units of specific conductance is, putting the units of R, resistance is considered as the ohm. Okay, it is its unit is ohm. This length, it is a centimeter, and this area we can write centimeter square, correct? So centimeter square, and this is the ohm. Then the unit of this specific conductance is per ohm per centimeter, or Simon per centimeter. This per ohm, it is considered as a Simon, and it is per centimeter. So the specific conductance, units of specific conductance is per ohm per centimeter, or Simon per centimeter. The specific conductance increases with when the ionic concentration of the electrolytic solution increases and the speed of the ions concerned. That is, either the speed increases, ionic specific conductance increases, speed decreases, specific conductance decreases. So this is the all about the specific conductance. In simply, specific conductance is reciprocal of specific resistance, or the conductance of 1 centimeter cube of a solution of a electrolyte. It is denoted by the symbol K. It is called as the kappa. So kappa is 1 by reciprocal of specific resistance, so 1 by rho. Putting the value of rho, it is 1 by R into L by A. The units of specific conductance are is per ohm per centimeter, or Simon per centimeter. The specific conductance increases with ionic concentration or speeds of the ion concerned. That is the speed of the ion on which the specific conductance depends. It will increase the specific conductance. Then the equivalent conductance, it is denoted by the capital lambda. This is the sign of capital lambda. It is defined as what? The conductance of an electrolyte obtained by dissolving what? 1 gram equivalent of it in a VCC of water. That is called as the equivalent conductance. Means the conductance of an electrolyte obtained, एखाद्या इलेक्ट्रोलाइटचं कंडक्टन्स कधी भेटतं आपल्याला? जर मिळत असेल कधी? डिझॉल्व्ह केल्यानंतर. काय? 1 ग्रॅम इक्विव्हॅलंट ऑफ इट इन अ व्हॉल्यूम CC ऑफ वॉटर. म्हणजे एका स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूममध्ये जर मी 1 ग्रॅम इक्विव्हॅलंट इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सोल्युशन, इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सबस्टन्स डिझॉल्व्ह केला, आणि त्यामधून मला जे काही कंडक्टन्स मिळत आहे, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मिळत आहे, त्याला तुम्ही काय म्हणतो? इट कन्सिडर ॲज द इक्विव्हॅलंट कंडक्टन्स. So this equivalent conductance is denoted by the capital lambda. It is equal to the product of specific conductance K and the volume V in cubic centimeter containing 1 gram equivalent of the electrolyte at the dilution V. So simply I write as this is the equivalent conductance capital lambda. This is the product of what? Specific conductance, and this is the volume. Which volume? In which I dissolve the 1 gram equivalent of the electrolyte. In general, if the electrolyte solution contains how many grams? I consider the n grams equivalent of in, and volume I consider 1000 cc of the solution. The volume of the solution containing 1 gram equivalent will be, then volume of that solution will be 1000 divided by n. This will be the volume of that solution. Then from the definition, equivalent conductance K is equal to that is capital lambda is equal to K into, I put this volume I replace here by the quantity 1000 divided by n. The unit of equivalent conductance, we know the units of this specific conductance, and then putting this units for this value. Then the unit of equivalent conductance is per ohm centimeter square per equivalent, and the equivalent conductance increases when there is the more and more solution becomes dilute. If the solution becomes more and more dilute, the equivalent conductance of that electrolytic solution increases, and it comes to the limitary value. That is, for a certain value it increases, and after that there is no increase in its equivalent conductance. So this is simply the equivalent conductance. So the equivalent conductance is nothing but what? The conductance of electrolyte obtained when we dissolve the 1 gram equivalent of it in a VCC of water. That is called the equivalent conductance. It is limited by the capital lambda, and this is the product of what? It is the specific conductance and the volume dissolved in Cc. In general, I can write here when that is n gram equivalent of electrolyte substance is dissolved in the 1000 ml cc of the solution, then the volume of that solution will be 1000 divided by n. So from the definition, the capital lambda, that is equivalent conductance, is equal to K into 1000 divided by n. Unit of this equivalent conductance is per ohm centimeter square per equivalent, and the equivalent conductance increases as there is an increase in the dilution of that electrolytic solution, and it will reaches up to the limit value. So this is in general the equivalent conductance. Then the molar conductance. Molar conductance is denoted by the sign mu, and this is the same just like the equivalent conductance. Here just the quantity is what? In equivalent conductance we are taking the 1 gram equivalent weight, and in this molar conductance we are taking the quantity of the electrolyte solution, that is the 1 mole or 1 gram molecular weight. So molar conductance is defined as the conductance of all ions produced by 1 mole or 1 gram molecular weight of an electrolyte when dissolved in a certain volume, that is VCC. That is simply called as the molar conductance. In equivalent conductance we are taking the 1 gram equivalent weight dissolved into the VCC volume, whatever the conductance is obtained, that is called as equivalent conductance. And simply in molar conductance we are taking the 1 mole of the equivalent electrolyte or 1 gram molecular weight of an electrolyte dissolved into the certain volume Cc, whatever the conductance is obtained by the all ions, that is considered as the molar conductance. It is denoted by the sign mu. Same, the molar conductance is also obtained by multiplying the specific conductance K by the volume in Cc, 1 mole of the electrolyte, that is the molar conductance mu, which is equal to K into V, which is also the volume in Cc. Solution in Cc containing 1 mole of the electrolyte. Units of molar concentration. Molar conductance, which is here I just write in molar concentration. So this is the molar conductance per ohm, centimeter square and per mole. These are the units of molar conductance: per ohm, centimeter square, per mole. In equivalent conductance, rather than per mole, there is a per equivalent, and in molar conductance per ohm, centimeter square and per ohm, centimeter square and per mole. Then this mu is equal to specific conductance kappa into 1000 divided by m. M stands for number of moles of the electrolyte present in 1000 cc of the solution. Upon the dilution, specific conductance decreases, while equivalent conductance and molar conductance, these two are the increases. When we are decreases, we are diluting the solution, same like the equivalent conductance. Molar conductance also increases as there is an increase in the dilution of that electrolytic solution. So this is the molar conductance, which is denoted by the sign mu. Simply this molar conductance is defined as the conductance of all ions produced by 1 mole or 1 gram equivalent weight of an electrolyte when dissolved in a certain volume, that is called as the molar conductance. Molar conductance is denoted by the sign mu, and this molar conductance is obtained by multiplying the specific conductance and the volume in which 1 mole of the electrolyte is dissolved. The units of molar conductance are per ohm, centimeter square, per mole. By definition, molar conductance mu is equal to K into 1000 divided by m, where m is number of moles of the electrolyte present in 1000 cc of the solution. Molar conductance increases when there is an increase in the dilution of the electrolytic solution. In this way, we will discuss today the electrochemistry, definition of the electrochemistry. Then we will discuss the electrolytic conductance, that is the conductance in metals called as the electronic conductance, and conductance in electrolytic solution, which is called as ionic conductance. Then we will discuss conductance of electrodes, then conductivity of the electrodes. Then we will discuss the resistance. After that resistance, we will discuss the resistivity, specific resistance or resistivity, and after that we will discuss specific conductance, then equivalent conductance, and then molar conductance. So this is the today's lecture. If any students have queries, be frank to ask me or message me. I will solve their problem. Thank you very much.